Hello. Hello. And Sisha. Thank you guys for watching. I managed to, I think I fixed the chat box. I didn't realize both tracks were going at the same time. I didn't realize both tracks were going at the same time. But, you know, it's just what happens. But man, on cardio. Have fun with your cardio. I will be experiencing a different kind of cardio, and that is being caught off guard by whatever the fuck is going on in this game already. So on Tuesday, I was jump scared. I honestly didn't know what to expect with this game. I thought it would be leaning a lot more horror based off of how Nagi described it. Based off how Nagi described it, and I was like, okay. And then I played the game. And then I got whipped by a shady priest. And I was like, hello? I did not know it was that kind of game. My heart rate definitely went up, that is for sure. But we are here to explore another route. Apparently there's two it's a horror but a different kind. Yeah. Horror for my future based off how unhinged I'm about to be. And so I'm like, oh god. But apparently there's two route characters I didn't even meet yet. So far I've met two of the characters in the game. Heart monitor? Oh my god, no. I don't need to. I'm already getting exposed. I don't need to be exposed like that. I don't need to be exposed even more. I already feel like I've... Ugh. But I already feel like I exposed myself enough. I don't need my words already exposed me. I don't need my heart rate to expose me more. But yeah, apparently there's two different main characters that I haven't even met. But apparently one of them is Nagi's favorite, so I haven't even met Nagi's favorite yet. But there's another one that Nagi also thinks I'll like, who I haven't met yet either. But the other route character I did meet is one that Un will probably like. So I guess we'll just see what happens. I don't really want to restart the game, which is why I have 50 million 50 million saves. So what we're going to do is, I feel like the choice starts happening earlier in the game. I was like, it gives me a choice whether or not to go into the church, and I picked going to church, and thus I met the shady priest. And I ended up on the shady priest route. But I feel like if I pick something else, I will end up somewhere else. So I think I'm just gonna, I can afford to give up. I think it's better. Quick visit to the marketplace. I think it'll be better after some rest. I think the first time I picked I can't afford to give up. Let's see what happens if I'm just going back to a random one of the first choices that I made. Oh, I forgot I was narrating. I should not just skip through it. Okay. The guest house is a challenge to find, though I hesitate to call the ground down walking paths roads. There are rest houses lining them on either side. Leaping Bear. I already did this. Okay, wait. wait. I already did this. No, I don't want to overwrite my save. I want to go back. I want to go back to here. Did I... I'm just skipping through this now. Following the... Ooh! Okay. This part I didn't do. Following the direction through a short tunnel, I wander through a wider district of the marketplace. The quiet is relative. The guest house is a oh! So either way, I end up at the guest house. Sleeping Bear. Okay, you can click the skip. It'll stop at the part you haven't read. Already. Okay, yeah. So this is the exact choice that I thought it would take me to. So I think this is the one. that decides which path I'll be taking. So there's run to the safety of the church, was what I picked the first time, so I could hang out with the sketchy priest, and then stay and see what happens, or leave. This time I'm just gonna book it. I'm just gonna go. Trouble is something I don't need. I turn away from the ruckus, begin walking, and turn off the main road to avoid any possible chaos. The church will be there another day. The road I've turned onto is quieter, but not by much. The relatively wide main path through this area was packed with people, but the side street is just as dead. Everything is packed tighter together here. There's little distance between doors, lanterns, and laundry are strung from the second and third floor lines. The building all seem to lean toward each other. In a safer place, I would call it cozy, but in the dark and the noise and the press of strangers around me, the only word I have for it is claustrophobic. Most doors are left ajar, with lamps in the windows to indicate an open business. It's a familiar sight, to the point that my eyes now slide past closed doors and dark windows without a single thought. There is one larger building here. Double doors open, pouring out light and music. An obvious invitation, and I have nowhere to be. There's people milling about the entrance, and I have to squeeze past them. But then I'm inside. Well, whoever is running this event is rich. The decorations and bright, clean lanterns all scream wealth. There's a table weighed down with food. Some of it is still hot and steaming from the kitchen. Mind if I do? Free food is free food. There's no one stopping any random stranger from coming in and taking food. I take one of the small plates and fill it with some choice nibbles. There may be no such thing as a free lunch, but free snacks feel safe enough. Yeah. I would trust it. The music comes from a large group, probably 10 players in all. Musicians I've heard on street corners have been soloists or duets, and one trio that was the highlight of the day. Explore or enjoy the music. Once again, you're going to save. Yeah. I feel like I would explore. Music is lovely, but my curiosity is practically tugging at my clothes. I need to know what this event is for. Walk deeper into the space. Through an open doorway is a large parlor set up with small round tables and an abundance of chairs. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Let me know how the volume is sounding. Because I'm a little stupid and I don't do volume checks beforehand. So I am purely winging it. Just straight up guessing at what volume level is good to balance with my voice. Anyway, I'm turning it down a little. If it's good, let me know. If it's not, I will change it. I wonder how many people are doing business here. I doubt barging into most of these hushed conversations would endear me to these people. There's a loud crowd at the back of the room. They're even standing on a section of the room a little bit higher up from the rest. That screams, "Notice me." The crowd bursts into a laugh, into loud, barking laughter. Whoever is at the center of that conversation is probably quite entertaining. And then, on the other side of the room, is a man who immediately draws the eye. He's dressed brightly in contrast to all the skulking shadows around him, myself included. Perhaps his posture is a little stiff, but I certainly was stiff as an arrival to the marketplace. Unlike me, though, it is all evidence of wealth on him. The shining white clothes, the gold trim, the shimmering mask. Any problem here solved with enough money. Maybe he's got solutions, and if he's new, I might be able to play my cards right. I step a little deeper into the parlor to let someone else in. No need to block the doorway. Approach the wealthy stranger or the laughing crowd? I have a feeling I know. I feel like I'm accidentally on the route for the character Unlike, so I might just stick to it. I'll talk to the guy. Yeah. This is the one that Unlikes. You know what? If this is the route that we're on, this is the route we're on. I feel like I'm a little committed to the blind playthrough thing, but hopefully we'll at least meet some of the other title characters. It takes me a moment to swallow my initial nervousness. He's clearly more on edge than I am. That alone gives me the necessary push I need. Up close, I take notice of smaller details on him. The golden embroidery weaved intricately throughout his coat, the gorgeous engravings on the sheath of his dagger, the way his chestnut curls delicately frame his face. He's quite beautiful. I waste no more time and slide into the seat next to him. Hey! He jumps right up, frazzled. But forgive me, I didn't notice you. Um, uh, who? Are you alright? Yes, I'm sorry. I only just arrived here the other day. Jackpot. He's as inexperienced as can be. Easy prey. His voice is lightly accented, tinted with warmth. I think I recognize it. I can't quite place my finger on it. Then we're the same. I pause and hold out my hand. Salem. An unexpected blush rises to his cheeks as delicate fingers hold mine. Then he turns it to my palm is facing down. By the time I realize, his lips are gently brushing against my knuckles. He's already pulled back. His smile radiates kindness, but I'm left confused, having expected a handshake. Is this how people greet each other where he's from? That's a lovely name. I'm truly delighted to meet you. My name is Francesco. Well, Francesco, it's nice to meet you too. Does everyone give out kisses this freely where you're from? Oh no, did I perhaps offend you? That wasn't my intention. Is it unusual to kiss someone's hand here? Incredibly sheltered. He's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. I like him. I'm not gonna lie, the fact that he seems so like cute and sheltered, just based off of the other route that I'm playing, I feel like there's something wrong with him. There has to be. He can't just be like a nice, cute guy who's like all shy and nervous. There's gotta be something wrong with him. There has to be something wrong with him. So I honestly like, he intrigues me. He's so baby. Yeah. He's Un's type. But I feel like I'm not usually into the baby girl types, but it makes me want to find out what's wrong with him. This game makes me want to find out what's wrong with him. He's like the opposite of the priest. He might be. I have no idea. For all I know, he gave me his real name just then. It's uncommon, to say the least. I'm not offended at all, just surprised. Oh, are you certain? Sure, you can relax around me. Okay. He perks right up, and I slowly realize that this boy genuinely believes every word coming out of my mouth. The thought is almost frightening. I have to ask him about his name. There's some unsavory characters down here who are all too willing to take advantage of people like him. Francesco? I lower my voice. Yes? He tilts his head inquisitively. It's not your real name by any chance, is it? His face falls and forms into a small frown. Think I would lie to you? Oh my god! He's so sweet! Oh, I want to protect him. I have to admit, that's a little hurtful. I sit there, baffled. The next second, suspicion settles deep in my gut. Yeah. MC, just like me for real. I'm more like, there has to be something wrong with him. Nobody down here is actually that naive, right? Surely not. When you pass those gates, you pass them with the knowledge that you're going somewhere the overworld would rather forget about. It has to be it. He's deceiving me. Just as soon as I think that, he frantically searches through his pockets and pulls out a little card out of a fine whitish metal, with his name carved right into it. When his digit presses into the smooth surface, multiple rows of engraving surface to reveal additional information that I'm too shocked to read properly. Francesco Sari. This man is serious. Oh my god, he's telling me his full government name? Girl, no. But I'm also like, there's something up. I don't trust him. Either that or his plan is foolproof. Once again, we're gonna save. But also, no, I don't trust him. I've seen his type before. Talented actors recruited by guilds of thieves and shady businessmen to help out with their various endeavors. He won't fool me. That doesn't mean I can fool him right back. Two can play this game. Listen. You can't go around waving that card or giving out your name willy-nilly. That's just asking for trouble down here. Again, he's taken off guard. Really? Yes. Do you know where you are? A wonderful place. I've been told that if you want to experience everything that humanity has to offer, this is where you must go. Oh, he's a rich boy on vacation! Honestly, kind of the worst. He acts all innocent, take it. That's what I'm thinking. Okay? So he's a rich boy on vacation. That's somehow worse. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot stand those types. Well, that's one way of looking at it. That being said, we should find you a temporary for while you're down here. A new secret name? Will you come up with one for me, Salem? What kind of nickname will you give him? Choose something normal, choose something silly. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to mess with him that hard, but also, yeah, I don't want to mess with Philip. I can pick. Okay. Do you guys have any suggestions? Philip is the one that was. I kind of want to go back and want to know what the default one would be if I picked silly. Floppy. That's worse. That's terrible. Philip. I don't want it to be Philip. That's kind of lame. I want to pick a different one. I'm just for you, Un. Un, I'm doing this for you. Un, this one is for you. Or would you prefer something else? Okay. Which which husband do you want? Which one do you want? We got options. Okay. Anton. Okay, I actually like Anton. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I like your suggestion though. I like Anton. Anton's pretty good. We'll go with that. Unless you'd rather. No, don't do this to me. No. Just for you, I'll do this. I like Anton, but I will do Ike because it's more fun. How about Ike? I love it. It's very creative. Good. Then from now on, when there are other people within earshot, I'll call you Ike. He nods, and when a bit of silence settles between us, I realize I've gotten sidetracked. Listen, I'm doing you a favor, and hopefully, unless he turns out to be secretly sketchy, which then it's even better for you. How do I bring up the subject of Iker? I need to get him to loosen up first. No point in anything unless we've gotten to know each other a little bit. Why are you down here in the first place, then? You mentioned experiencing all that humanity has to offer. Oh, yes, that is correct. I'm not sure if I'm managing this or not, but a smile wavers for an instant. My family is very strict, you see. If they ever caught me loitering near the entrance to this place, they'd put me under house arrest for days. Or at least that's how it used to be. Huh. They sound overbearing to the extreme. They just care. I know I haven't painted them in the most flattering light, but they only want to protect me. I shouldn't be bad-mouthing them behind their backs. Not after everything that they've done. And I'm sorry. Have you left home? He stiffens and lowers his head awkwardly. Not good. He's climbing up. Just as I'm about to figure out how to salvage the conversation, he peeks up. He peeks back up. What about you, Salem? You're asking if I left home. He nods slowly. Maybe he's looking for reassurance. I was out of my parents' hair very quickly. Didn't want to hang around too much. That's the way I was raised anyway. Wanted me to be someone independent and self-sufficient. You still have contact with them? Oh, I'm sorry. That's personal. You don't need to answer that. Another wave of silence passes. I sort of envy you. You're brave for taking control of your life. Never another option for me. You're so strong. So easy to make him happy. Well, I did leave home. I've got duties on the surface. I wanted to take some time off on my own. He fidgets, but his words come easier to him now. Please? I prod for more answers. Yes. My family hails from a long lineage of successful business owners. They're expecting me to handle one of the newly opened branches once I'm finished here. I don't have much in terms of wiggle room. I have to make them proud. His voice falters as I sense we've reached a difficult topic once more. But I've gotten enough information to satisfy me. This family could be of immense help if I play my cards right. Boisterous laughter and glasses coming together in a merry toast every other minute remind me of how cramped this place is starting to feel. Francesco seems to feel the same, and nearly jumps at the opportunity to stand up. How about some fresh air? I'd love nothing more. He hands the waitress a couple of coins and tells her to keep the change, which would have sounded arrogant if for anybody else staying it. In his case, however, it doesn't come across like that at all. As we make our way through the crowds and finally back outside, I'm expecting relief in the form of a breeze, but instead I'm met with a clammy and driving silence in the cavern air, accompanied by an eerie chill. Though I'm grateful for the cold, it doesn't feel the same. I catch myself before I begin logging surface weather, and turn around to see Francesco no longer trailing behind me. Panic leaves me with my heart in my throat, but not for long. Well, scanning my surroundings, I find him standing between two well-dressed men tucked away in an alley, between the parlor and the run-down apartment next door. Their attire definitely leaned more towards practical, weapons looking like small sabers, sheathed away neatly at their hip. Their masks look exactly the same as Francesco's. On the contrary to him, though, their lips reveal emotion. My first instinct is to interrupt, with how seemingly out of the blue they ambushed him. Once I hear fragments of the discussion, I'm speaking to them quite naturally in a language I don't understand. That makes him sketchier. Oh, he's rich, he's honestly, I'm starting to believe that. They probably know each other. He's bowing to them. Are they superiors of some sort? I'm starting to feel restless. But by the time I've made up my mind to go introduce myself, two others slink back into the shadows and disappear without a trace. When Francesco makes his way back to me, he seems conflicted. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Salem. They needed to speak to me about something urgent. Sure you tell me next time, though. Thought you'd already gone and gotten yourself kidnapped. He shrinks under my gaze, ashamed. Surely you don't think that I'm that reckless? Right. So who are they? Well, they sort of keep an eye on me. You've got babysitters? No. Bodyguards. They're like bodyguards. I'm gonna save, but I want to mess with I want to mess with him a little. Under my mask, I smile. So, little Ike needs babysitters, huh? Big boy can't even take care of himself. That's not true. It's too easy to rile him up now. Ooh, ooh. Un, this one's for you. This one's for you. I felt emboldened by how quickly his ears grow red. How all this time he's been too soft to refute my claims in any sort of way. Deep inside, I feel a new flame starting to come alive. Subtle surge of warmth that comes with having power. For a moment, I let it wash over me. I could take care of you instead, Ike. All you have to do is ask. What? Just when I think his blushing couldn't get any more prominent, his cheeks heat up. I'm delighted. I could make it a lot more interesting. What are you... Damn. After I let him mull over the implications for 1 second too long, I allow the emotions of the moment to pass. I'm just being mean. Sorry, Ike. No, it's okay. Smile illuminating his face just then makes everything worthwhile. He's just like me for real. Around us, the crowd continues to push to the streets. The lanterns cast a warm glow over our faces as our noses are tickled by the various food smells. One bump in the shoulder turns into another. We're in the way, and overstayed our welcome. Where do you want to go now? Did you have any plans? Well, he falls silent for a little moment. I have a confession, Salem. Can we go to the bridge? Bridge? You don't know where it is? No. Lead the way. At this point, I've still got no leads, and impatience starts to gnaw at my conscience. But I need my conscience to be quiet for a while. I don't know what convention Francisco's talking about, but it feels like he started to trust me more, even if just a little. Okay. This time, it's my turn to trail behind him, allowing myself to be led through the tiny streets of the marketplace. Part of me is still cautious. This could be a trap. But I still those thoughts, too. The river comes into view. Follow it until we reach the aforementioned bridge. Why can't I read today? It's in a pretty good state considering how long the marketplace has been active. It's made entirely from crimson wood, supported by painted steel beams. Paper lanterns hazardly along from the side railing, some dipping so low that you can touch the surface of the water. Despite the people passing over it once in a while, there's a serene quality to it. He turns to face me, smiling. Salem, do you remember when I mentioned this place was where one should go to experience all that humanity has to offer? I do. Suspicion falls over me. Well, that is what I want. I want to experience everything. Huh? What exactly do you... I've lived under constant supervision most of my life, and now I finally have a chance to spread my wings. I want to be reckless for one. I want to feel alive, do something just for my own sake. Still, I don't feel like I can do that alone. I think I see where this is going. Yes. Salem, please, I'm sure you've got more experience than me. You seem like someone I can trust. Let's go on an adventure. An adventure? You'll have to be more specific. Is there somewhere you want to go? Something you want to see? When I said everything, I meant it. I want to pull my first all-nighter. I want to drink and be irresponsible. I want to visit the most underground clubs. I want it all. There are so many sensations I've never felt before. I'm making it my mission to finally live my life to the fullest. His revelation leaves me slightly surprised. It almost sounded like an overzealous teenager, if not for the subtle desperation in his tone. I'm gonna save now, but I want to go with him. We're gonna see what happens. I might be irresponsible, but I somewhat believe him. What escapes me is how he's able to trust me, a hooded figure among many others in this marketplace. Say, I were to accept you and join you for this escapade of yours. Why would you choose me? It's not like I've done anything to trust. Maybe I'll be the one who ends up kidnapping you. Then at least I'll still be experiencing something new. Oh, please, be more suspicious of me. You've got a screw loose, Ike. That might be so. Oh my god. But that's alright. I know you'll have my back. I have no words nor the energy to tell him how gullible he's being. Fine. I'm not one of your babysitters. Let's go on an adventure then. Salem! Francesco almost hops in place with delight. Smile so bright I can't look away. Thank you. I can't wait. I've got an idea. He frantically points at the street with clothing vendors nearby. The expensive kind. There's somewhere special I want to take us, but we'll need to look our best first. Do you have an evening outfit? Thinking back on it, I've brought nothing of excess. All my belongings are purely practical. Nothing that would make me look my best, no. Then allow me to gift you one, as thanks for accompanying me on this journey. As the warm light of the lanterns contrast with that of the glowworms, illuminating his face, I think for a second time that he's beautiful. That's very kind of you. The clothing vendors sell an astonishing variety of rare fabrics and beautiful handmade pieces. Silvery satins, purses with jewels stitched into the fabric, and nightgowns so long they reach the floor. With how differently everything is cut here compared to the surface, I think it's the perfect opportunity to reimagine my style. But I'm not sure what to choose yet. Do you have any intention of telling me where we're going? Oh, I thought it'd be fun to keep it a surprise. But if you'd really like to know, I'd want to go to the Mosaic Club. The what? The Mosaic Club. It's one of the largest underground dance halls. No, I'm well aware of what it is. I whisper back in a hush. Do you realize what kind of dancing happens there? It's far from the classic ballroom waltzes. Well, of course not. This is a lot less organized. Girl! Francesco. No. People go there to get high on lights and gas. That sounds wonderful. Oh, please, I'm even more excited now. I guess this is what I signed up for. Yes, but first of all, let's find you an outfit. I won't allow you to refuse my gift. It's time for you to have some fun. He's almost pouting at this point. If only you knew. As we make our way through the different stalls, browsing the pieces at a slow pace, my mind wanders back to my Fractum Anima awaits for nobody. Is it really such a good idea to be following him tonight? Should I not be looking for the lunar ichor instead? It's a small sacrifice to get to know him better, to show him that I'm a trustworthy person, even though what I'm doing is selfish. I swallow my guilt and keep my eyes peeled for the ichor amongst everything else. I can't give up. Finally, inside a quaint tailor shop, Francisco holds up a piece of fabric. It's pure black silk, luxurious and smooth to the touch. Simple, classy. I think a piece made with this could look incredible on... Think so? Black's my color? Yes! The idea of you wearing this is... His cheeks flush scarlet. Un, this one's for you. Why don't you finish your sentence? Oh, well, it's just that... I'll wait. He looks away, clearly ashamed. It fits with the atmosphere of where we're going. It's powerful and elegant and... He fumbles. Keep going. I want to see you wearing such a powerful outfit. Is that wrong? Under my mask, I smile, deeply satisfied. Cute. But let's just go for this one then. Francesco hands the piece of silk over to the tailor, who assesses me with a short nod. I'll need to take your measurements first, dear. Go ahead. Would you like some privacy? I shouldn't be rotting this early, Un. It's never too early for rot. It's never too early for brain rot. I realize I'll have to take off my cloak, so I accept her offer, following her slowly to the back of her little shop, where there is a discreet corner with a curtain draped across. You may remove your cloak there and come out when you are ready. Her voice is gentle and unhurried, almost comedically stark contrast to her mask, which portrays a set of vaguely unnerving hollow eyes that follow my every move. I shed my cloak without a second thought and reveal myself to the tailor. I hold my arms up and allow the elderly woman to wrap the measuring tape around me in quick, practiced motions. Meantime, she gossips. I hear there's been an increase in festivities lately. There's a change in the air. Underground itself must be going through metamorphosis. Many newcomers every single day, I do. Seen anybody who caught your eye? A couple. It is hard to tell, since even masks get swapped out with frequency in this area. Oh, there's this one gentleman. What was his name? Absinthe? Well, I plain forget. But he came by last month. Quite the charmer. And left a great tip, too. Oh, he was just a delight. I also attended to a famous baker called Leva. You know, the one who made those divine earthenberry brioches. I don't have the heart to stop her rambling. Instead, I make a mental note of the notes for later use if needed. The measuring tape loosens around my waist as she takes a moment to note down the final number. Did you say you wanted a suit or a dress, dear? I'll go for a dress. She nods and carefully writes down some details in her notebook. I hope you won't mind me taking some creative liberties with this. Far from it. I encourage it. Thank you, dear. Ooh, is this the other guy? I wonder. I hope so. We make our way back outside. Francesco's waiting, wallet in hand. How long will it take for the piece to be ready? The excitement in his voice is obvious. I can pay extra if you'll make it a priority, madam. And when will you be needing it? Tomorrow. That is very short notice. Creating a full-body piece in that amount of time is beyond ambitious. Consider a week instead. No, please, I'll pay you double. He raises his voice. The sudden desperation confuses me. Surely he's not that impatient. Ike, the Mosaic Club can wait, and so can I. I'll pay triple. Please, madam, there's not that much time. Wait, what? Perplexed, I try to meet Francesco's gaze, but he's focused on the elderly woman. Hey. No answer. 275 rum if you want it in time for tomorrow. That is my best offer. Oh, thank you, we'll take it. I raise my voice to protest, seeing as that amount essentially equates to a monthly paycheck. Are you out of your mind? I can't accept that kind of gift. What's wrong with waiting? Finally, he turns to face me, lips set into a thin line, an expression completely unlike him. Nagi! Welcome! Please, Salem. I still don't understand. Does time have to do with any of this? He wouldn't know, would he? I take another long look at the boy in front of me, with his earnest body language and perfectly manicured hands that curl around his purse. Well, I certainly don't know anymore. The tailor reaches out to accept the payment from Francesco so quickly that I think she's afraid of me changing his mind. Please, come back tomorrow night. Thank you, madam. He turns back around to face me, smiles softly, almost nervously. Let's go, Salem. Without another word, we leave the street and make our way back to the bridge, air thick with tension. I know for a fact we both feel it, that weight in our chests. We don't reach the silence. We begin to following the stream downwards, eyes fixated on the water. It shimmers like a pool of ink in the darkness, opaque and midnight. Several theories form in my head. Has the other got a secret of his own, or or he's nothing more than a petulant child with no concept of patience. That doesn't seem right. My stomach twists into knots. Maybe he's afflicted by fractum anima too. And I stop those thoughts dead in their tracks. I'm being unreasonable. We arrive at a point where the river flows into a small opening on the side of the stone wall. We can no longer progress. Around us, voices have hushed, and glowworm lights barely our faces. I don't waste any time and turn to face him. Francesco. He nearly jumps at the sound of his real name. What's got you all agitated? Well, I just got a little too excited about the event. I'm sorry. A little too excited. Right. Personally, I think it's bullshit. But I also don't. I'm saving. My gut is that this is bullshit. But part of me kind of wants to just see what happens. I'm gonna say bullshit, but I'll probably backtrack. Nice try. Instead of trying to pull the wool over my eyes, you ought to admit there's something you're hiding from me. So you're lacking time. But why is that? He's semi-stunned in silence, lip quavering. His head droops. Again, the guilt rears its ugly head, but I brush it off, focusing entirely on the man in front of me. It's not as though you're not hiding anything from me either. I feel my pulse accelerating. Of course he's right, but that doesn't stop me from curling my lips in distaste, thankfully hidden away behind the privacy of my mask. Is it really wrong to hide some things? His voice raises in volume. Is it, Salem? Is it wrong to withhold information in the underground? Once again. I'm probably gonna backtrack, but I just want to see what happens. Then, but I never claimed I was going to be fair and righteous either. You just decided that after we had our conversation. Until you tell me what you're hiding, I will not trust you. Heavy silence drapes over his shoulders, like a thick, suffocating cloak. I'm agitated, and I can tell that he is too. He takes a deep breath. I don't need you to trust me. That's not what I asked for. All I wanted is for you to be my partner during this adventure. A little hard to embark on life-changing journeys with someone you believe might stab you in the back. What? He almost physically recoils. You heard me. Is he shaking? Did I take it too far? This is a precaution. That being said, he's the only clue I've got. If there's a chance he could actually help, then I need to stop tearing him down. I'll just go... No, don't leave. Before he has the chance to turn around and walk off, I speak up again. I'm sorry. I don't actually mean it. That was unnecessary. Paranoia has gotten to me. Unsure of how. I think... Well, you know what? We'll keep going. But I don't need to lash out at you because of it. It's okay. I understand. Finally, some semblance of peace replaces the crushing tension. Breathe. Eventually, Francesco glances over to the streets behind us, still alive with constantly changing crowds and vendors and music, and I realize I've forgotten how much time has passed. Though I'm not tired yet, my biological clock tells me it's time to get. Will I see you tomorrow then, Salem? Of course. I subconsciously check my pockets, relieved to find the keys to the Leaping Bear still lying next to my coin purse. With that and a quick farewell, we part ways. Now that I'm finally alone, the exhaustion comes back in full force, and with that, I stop dead in my tracks as a dizzy spell washes over me. My hands grab at the air for the nearest object of support. In this case, the railing next to the water. Shit! I let the wave of nausea pass with a couple deep breaths. Then, sensations leave, as though they'd never happened in the first place. I shouldn't stay out here much longer, not in this kind of state. The way back to the Leaping Bear is straightforward, thankfully. The moment my bedroom door closes behind me, I collapse onto the wood. I make quick work of my mask and toss it aside, relieved to breathe normally again. At least sleep comes quickly now. Not even the worries of how tomorrow will go keep me awake. When I manage to peel my eyes open, I don't know what time it is. I suspect I've overslept, judging by how crusty and famished I'm feeling. At least my mind feels clearer than it does yesterday. I eventually make my way down the stairs and towards the bar, where I order some oatmeal as usual. Today it's served with different toppings. Caramelized coconut flakes in a dark burgundy-colored syrup. A taste test reveals it's concentrated blackcurrant. That sounds really good, actually, even though I don't like oatmeal. Tonight has the potential for being the biggest mess. I need all the energy I can get. I don't allow myself to dwell on those thoughts for too long. Soon enough, I'm amongst the walls, stalls, and wares once more. The wares are, all in all, a bit different from usual. Each stall will swap inventories once in a while, but the chance of anything rare popping up is minuscule at best. I start to recognize the owner's masks, and they mine. With each passing minute, I'm more and more tempted to go find Francesco. It feels like the only way I'm going to advance my search in any way. My fingernails dig into my palm. I should go ahead. I've been searching for a while. I usually find my way back to the tailor stall, where we agreed to meet again. Francesco's already here, leaning against the wall as to not get in the way. You're here early, Ike. Salem! Yes. I just couldn't sit still, so I decided to come here as fast as possible. How long have you been waiting? Silence tells me everything I need to know. Let's pick up your outfit first. I believe it's ready now. His lips widen into a soft smile. The tailor beckons me inside, where she hands me the completed garment. My fingertips instantly slide over the surface of the material. A feeling of pure luxury. Once it's on me, the floor-length dress hugs my every curve. Its neckline dips low, revealing my collarbones and chest in an extremely flattering way. It's an instant confidence boost that makes me stand up straighter. The silk feels divine against my skin. I find myself missing the privacy and safety of my cloak offers, so I'm pleasantly surprised to see an additional cloak placed aside, embellished with swirling patterns. The hood comes up again, but I leave a gap in the cloak to reveal the silk underneath. That feels much better. When I step outside of the changing room and to reveal my outfit, the tailor quickly smooths some wrinkles away and otherwise nods, satisfied. Quite stunning. Do you like it? Do I ever? Thank you for your hard work. Don't you mention it. We're grateful for your generous patronage. After stashing my previous outfit into a cloth bag, I make my way towards Francesco, who instantly goes rigid, lips nearly trembling. I hope you did pay her triple. She's done a pretty good job. She did. His voice almost comes out as a squeak. I'm going to assume you like what you're seeing. Um, he pauses. I don't know what to do with myself right now. Look, nothing short of magnificent. This is everything I could have hoped for. This compliment feels genuine enough to make me smile. Thank you, Ike. I think we'll look wonderful while we dance. He goes quiet for a bit, blushes again. Welcome. And I agree. I'm sure they won't be able to keep their eyes off you. Shall we? I nod in the direction we're headed in. Good. Yeah, yes, right. We bid the tailor farewell. Farewell. Turn around to leave. Yeah, he's so precious, but I still think he's sketchy. I just can't. Maybe I just have trust issues. Maybe that's what it is. The side streets we follow take us straight to the entertainment district, where the brothels and bars are pressed together around every corner in barely controlled chaos. Among it all, the Mosaic Club seems worn down. The facade has long since lost its color, and the only indication of it being said club is a metal sign hanging loosely at the front. At first glance, it doesn't even seem like they want guests. The black carpet paving the entryway and slow stream of smoke emanating from somewhere within tells me otherwise. The bouncer with a crow mask allows us through after a quick glance. Don't give us any reasons to kick you out, or you'll pay dearly. It's good to keep trust issues in this game. Excuse me. To my horror, Francesco stops in his tracks and faces the bouncer. Please don't threaten people so casually. It's quite hurtful. We say that with the... Listen. That's different. I didn't trust him one bit. But that's what I wanted. But that's... I knew he was sketchy. But I wanted him to be sketchy. That makes it better. You can't be serious. You got a problem, punk? Oh no. Well, yes, we haven't done anything to warrant this kind of treatment. It costs nothing to be kinder to those around you. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Hold. You want to tell me how to do my job, punk? The gravelly, smoky voice cuts through my objection. Why don't I take you out back to the alleys and show you how things work around here, huh? That won't be necessary. Sorry for the trouble. I'll take care of him. Oh no. Oh no, you don't. Oh, just as my hand reaches out for Francesco's arm to pull him out of the way, the bouncer's grip encloses around my wrist. Hard. I'm not gonna read that out loud. I'm not gonna read that out loud. But I'm not going to deny it either. I'm not gonna deny it either. Not today. Little snots like you who run their smart-ass mouths pisses me off the most. And now you want to fucking lecture me? Salem! Cool it. We're just coming through. My attempt at freeing myself is futile. They've already got a hold of Francesco's fancy coat with a merciless tug. I hear him whimpering from the side. Give me a reason why I shouldn't beat you both senseless right now. I don't want to die, so we're gonna save. I'm gonna bring up the club's reputation. Because you don't want to smear the Mosaic Club's reputation. They're not paying you enough for this. The silence settles between us. I brace myself for the worst. Then the bouncer's grip loosens. Bold of you assume to care about this dump's reputation. I meet their gaze through our masks' eye holes while we take slow, measured steps towards the entrance. If you decide to cause any more trouble in there, nobody will find your corpses tonight. Ugly, icy shiver trickles down my spine. But not before I drag my companion inside and out of the crow's reach. My hand grabs at Francesco's arm, and I give him a warning squeeze as I tug him closer to myself. I feel him squirm, but he holds his tongue. Coming through. Yeah, fucking watch it. We disappear through the entrance and into the darkened corridor that leads to a bustling cloakroom and a set of bathrooms. It wasn't noticeable at all from the outside, but this place is quite packed. Now standing in line in hopes of shedding our outerwear, I take a moment to send a stern look through my mask in the boy's direction. I don't need you to tell you that wasn't very clever. Next time you want to play the hero, give me a heads up beforehand. But his response doesn't come as we fall into a familiar silence. My grip around him softens, and instead I move my hand to give his arm a gentle rub. Francesco. No, I understand. I shouldn't have interfered with your job. His crestfallen posture makes my heart unexpectedly ache, as it dawns upon me that I feel genuinely bad for scolding him. Yeah, honestly though, he deserves it. He deserves it. You're trying to maintain our dignity, so thank you for that. His head droops lower. I've caused you so much trouble, Salem. Sorry. Raise your head. It's all right. Here, take your coat. When he unbuttons that coat with delicate fingers, it reveals a crisp, freshly ironed shirt underneath, a silvery color that shimmers under the muted lights. It complements his warm bronze skin tone to perfection. Dearly, also, damn. Okay. He's like a puppy. Yeah, he is like a puppy. Hi, dearly. Even more stunning are the strands of jewelry underneath, all connecting into a gorgeous centerpiece that frames his collarbones beautifully. I really do feel like the meme that's like, sweetie, you'll catch a cold. Oh, we're at the club, dearly. We're at the club. He can't show up in a coat. Who rolls up in a coat to the club? Very pretty. Thank you. It's my favorite outfit, actually. Uh, He's got interesting taste. That is for sure. I can see why. It fits you like a glove. I hand over his belongings in my own bag, minus the purse that I refuse to part with, the person in charge, then pocket the numbered coin he gave me. With my new outfit exposed, I don't miss the way Francesco's gaze lingers on me. Slowly but surely, the previous tension melts away. The low thrum of the bass in the background floods our senses. The smoke blurs the hall, transforming it with swirling haze. I thought I could make out a smell, but I'm mistaken. Smoke is thick and odorless. We should be safe here. I'm ready to go now. Let's go in. I hold out my arm towards him, and he takes it, linking us together as we make our way through the rest of the corridor, leading us to the main dance floor. Once inside, I instantly shield my eyes with my free hand. Although there's still a substantial amount of smoke coating the room, there's no mistaking what we see there. Huge streams of light spill down on the floor from the ceiling, flickering on and off at a slow rhythmic pace, match the music itself. The music is unlike anything I've heard before. The instruments sound completely foreign. Most of the soundtrack relies on hushed vocals and some kind of hollow set percussion. Around us, the sleek wood walls are raised high, painted a matte black that crumbles at the corners. It's a clearly well-used room that has seen decades of parties and debauchery. It makes me wonder what kinds of people have passed through here. When I look towards Francesco, to see his reaction, his mouth is slightly ajar. Not what you were expecting? No, this is better. It's better. Oh, I can't wait to dance. He's so I feel so conflicted about him. I'm like, he's such a little puppy. I want to like hold his hand, but also at the same time, I cannot trust him. I still feel like I can't trust him. I feel like the moment I look away from him, he's gonna like kidnap me or something. I feel like something has to happen. I don't trust, especially after the first round. I'm like, I don't trust a single bitch in this game. I listened to a priest for a few minutes, and then I then I ended up whipped. Literally. He's so precious, but why is he so excited like this? He seems oblivious about the situation. Yeah. I'm like, girl, this is the club. We're surrounded by a mass of people already under the influence of something, but I have a hard time telling what. Many are clinging to each other, desperate for physical touch. Others dance on their own, focus so intently on the music that I think they wouldn't even notice if someone set the place on fire. There's determination and purpose to their every movement. I thought the lights and gas would affect us a lot quicker. Maybe we still need to give it some time. My companion has already moved closer to the center, walking in sync to the music. His hips are swaying slightly. His shoulders loosen. I keep my distance at first. I'm not sure how I feel about this atmosphere yet. Yeah, dearly, I think you're missing a lot. But it's okay. Basically, I meet this guy. The mom's doing sketchy shit. What I need to know is that several others dance. Yay, party! Yeah. What I do know is that several other dancers already have their eyes on Francesco, and it's not hard to see why. He's really good at dancing. I find it surprising to avert my eyes from the scene. His whole body language transforms with every beat. A complete metamorphosis happening right before my eyes. On occasion, he slows, stagnates, almost as though hesitant, as though still in the process of shaking off the rust. But then, another confident step, he rises and embraces the music. I have to force myself over the counter to pick up some drinks, as the image of Francesco dancing in an sensual, otherworldly fashion leaves my mouth dry. 2 sour gills, please. The bartender makes quick work of my order. Lime peel, blueberries, chunks of ice, a couple of glugs of some nondescript liquor. I smell its refreshing whiff even where I'm standing. She slides the glasses in front of me in smooth motion, and I quickly pay up, start itching for a sip of something cold. By the time I find Francesco again, he's not alone. An eccentrically outfitted dancer sways with him. Another has their fingertips digging into the side of his hips, leaning down to whisper something sweetly on his ear. He shifts, adjusting his moves to match the crowded surroundings he now finds himself in. I'm hit with the realization that they look really good. All of them together, engulfed by the club's heat, soaking in the burgundy lights. Then I feel a familiar tightness in my chest. What? My lips twist in displeasure. It's jealousy. I'm jealous. Absolutely pathetic. It feels petty. The idea that this stranger would make me feel anything. Variety. But here I am. I consider the thought for a while. Yeah, you know what? I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Hello? That's my man. That's my puppy. I don't like this. Seeing them claim him for themselves. I can't believe I'm doing this. Another warm surge of power floods my veins as I make my way towards the dance floor, locking eyes with Francesco, for a split second before concentrating on the unwelcome guests. Hey, darling. They sound just barely slurred. What's wrong, Salem? Hands off the board. What are you on about? We're having a good time. The other stranger chimes in. Yeah, you don't own him. Maybe I do. I don't feel like myself. Come here, Ike. Seriously? One of those? Francesco searches my gaze, baffled. So sad. I'm just here for a good time. Loosen up a little, pal. Salem, I really shouldn't have to repeat myself. It's mine. Words come out more forcefully than expected. With a slight grumble, they slink away, disappearing into the darkening crowd ahead of us. When they're gone, the sudden warmth leaves me. My shoulders loosen, my jaw unclenches, and I feel in control again. That's why I said it, and that's why I said it to that. I'm glad it's working. What just happened? Yeah. Just got a little carried away. Salem, I'm not yours. You're not. You're a free person. But as long as we're doing this together, you're under my protection. I can barely make it out amidst the dim lighting, but I notice his face flushing scarlet. Yes, I understand. Music speeds up a notch. Now fully immersed in the center of the club, I take a deep breath, and I realize, with cautious skepticism, that I feel no different than usual. I should at least feel some brain fog, slowness, something, by now. We've been here long enough for it to enter our system. Francesco seems to be affected, though. Tipsy looking, almost. My eyes trail over his dancing figure. The elegant movements, the passionate whip of his hair. I know he doesn't have a care in the world right now. So what gives? This is so much fun! His hands pull me towards him. We stumble into a rhythmic dance of our own. I keep him upright. He keeps me moving. We form a symbiosis of patterned movements and clumsy twirls until it smooths out and we find our balance. Steady bass reverberates within my chest. Yeah, it is. The blueberry-laced drinks go down without resistance. It hits me, not long after, but I too feel free. Amidst the crowd of strangers, the dim strobing lights and ever so slightly too loud music. Nobody will remember me tonight, except for the person in front of me. Francesco twirls me again, face lighting up with a smile I can only describe as euphoric. Under my mask, I smile back. I'm about to raise my hands in an effort to dance more. The song ends in an almost abrupt manner. And instead, A heavy, deeply bassy pulsation spreads throughout the room. It's unlike anything I've ever felt before. Rhythm so intense it reaches my chest and grasps my heart. Thump, thump, thump. What's happening? Someone must have gotten a little creative with their music sheets. It feels harder to get the words out. They swim like thick syrup across my... This rhythm is like... Francesco stumbles again. Harder. I try my best to support his weight on my shoulder. It's... a heartbeat? Thump, thump, thump. The lights pulsate in unison, glowing with bright shades of red and pinks and browns. The smoke, too, changes. There's a distinct smell to it now, something slightly leathery and earthy. It's intoxicating. I try to refocus my thoughts on more productive things, such as maybe leaving. My mind is clouded by a slowly increasing haze. There's not much time. Oh! Francesco's leaning on my shoulder, steadying his breathing. I catch a whiff of his scent, a bit of patchouli and of sage, and something warm, and it's completely unexpected. Has he always smelled this good? Has he always been this close? Hey, Ike. Nuzzles him closer. Hey, get it together. This isn't what we came here for. He peeks up at me, perfectly still for a while. Is it not? Tending a glorified musical hormone bath? No, I don't think so. I have to force myself to push him back into an upright position. He stands in a daze, taking in his slowly morphing surroundings. Then he crumples back onto me. We feel it, the increase in temperature, the surge of pheromones and musk in the air. It's so tangible and intense that even complete strangers fall into each other's arms. He gasps, and I know why. Whatever this cocktail of mind-altering components is, it's very effective. Round us, hands rove over bare shoulders. Fingers curl into thick locks of hair. Lips mesh together in pure desperation. It is wild and untapped and so very raw. Hello? Excuse me, I'm trying so hard to not start dying. With every bassy beat, I feel my grip on reality fading. Francesca has never looked so mouth-watering. It takes everything in me to not throw myself on the boy in front of me. The unbuttoned shirt, the creamy, slightly damp skin it reveals, the way he's staring up at me, like I'm the only one who he can anchor himself onto. Hey, beautiful. The voice in my ear makes me stand on end. It's a petite person. The bright, breathy voice, clinging onto the fabric of my cloak. Their lips nip at the shell of my ear insistently as I attempt to free myself from the grip. Yeah, I wasn't expecting his ride to be this intimate either. I thought he's a good boy. Couldn't help but notice your outfit. You in need of company? No, thank you. I suppress the uncomfortable flush of heat in my body and uncurl their fingers. Don't touch me like that. I need something. I need help. What? No. My head whips back to see Francesco with his arm outstretched towards the crowd, panicking. What's going on? My purse. They took my purse. Of all times. Girl, no wonder your ass got robbed. I'm not exactly surprised that his ass got robbed. When I turn around to throw the person off me for good, they've already vanished into nothing. I'm briefly seized by panic as I pat myself down to check for all my belongings. But it seems their hands didn't make it under my cloak, so I breathe a heavy sigh of relief. Then, the adrenaline quickly leaving my system, the haze reclaims me. Come on. Let's find your purse and give those thieves a piece of our mind. Yes. Fidgets nervously, writhing on the spot. I can tell he's holding himself back to the point of discomfort. Let's find them. Okay. There's a lot of options, a lot of stuff going on. He's a good boy, but it's more dangerous because he didn't mean all of this to happen. Nagi, you're so correct. Nagi, you're so right. Okay. Oh, we're just gonna go in order. Yeah, search the dark corner. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but the far corner club is decorated with dark velvet drapes to cover some peeling paint and a few empty armchairs. There's nothing here. That is, except for one lone shirtless customer who's busy filling a tiny glass pipe with their liquid. I don't need to ask to know it's probably not water. You need something? Not from here. I don't mind sharing. Your drugs? I think I'll pass. Beside me, Francesco pipes up, but I shoot him a warning look before he has the chance to say anything. Not now, you rascal. You're right. He returns to his senses, keeping his eyes peeled on our surroundings. It's the good stuff, though. The sight actually strikes me as rare. His mask barely covers his face, so I see his eyes. Tired, lidded eyes. The bass is only getting more intense by the second. My body feels so unbelievably heavy. For a second, I'm almost tempted to have a seat with him. That second quickly passes as I remember my purpose for being in this place. Have you seen a short duo with high-pitched voices and cracked masks? Quick on their feet? Maybe. My memory's foggy, though. Vaguely remember someone carrying something. Loud metallic sounds. That's about it. That just might be a lead. We could be going in the right direction. We'll just be on our way. Thanks. Enjoy the night. So where to next? The bathrooms! Bathrooms tend to be a decent hiding spot in most clubs, as they're packed with people. We have to wedge ourselves in between long waiting lines instead, shuffling past anxious patrons and a handful of groaning dancers with blister-inducing heels. Do you really think they would have come here, Salem? Well, hiding among crowds is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Doesn't hurt to give it a try. Hey, quit pushing! We push for a little longer. See nobody out of place. Let's go back. Yo! Yeah. Where to next? I don't want to search the entrance yet. I feel like that's gonna make us leave. Let's search in front of the sound stage. Up close to the musicians, I feel the deep pulsations even more. It's like a puppy who's sniffing and everything and putting it in their mouth. Yeah, he really does feel like that. He really does just want to like sniff everything and look at everything. And I'm like, no, don't take drugs from the weird guy in the corner. That's bad. In this part of the club is especially affected. Clothes litter the floor and masks are strewn about haphazardly. Nothing here? I check with Francesco, who shakes his head slowly. No, nothing. His gaze lingers on two barely dressed dancers rubbing against one another, and I give his arm a short tap. It's too loud here. We have to go. Can he see? I just have to assume so. Clearly, even though everyone has masks that cover their faces, I assume it's like those mascot costumes with like the mesh that you can see through. Keep your eyes to yourself, Ike. They'll think you want to join them. No, that's not it. We push past the scantily clad crowd and keep searching, when some of the masks on the floor seem to grab his attention. These! We're wearing these masks. So they've been through here. Ditched their masks and everything. Slippery bastards. We need to keep going. Yes. Where to next? The bar. We're back at the bar where I previously ordered our drinks, but it's eerily empty for such a busy night. Well, of course. Everyone is more interested in each other. Have you seen anybody suspicious come through here? The bartender's semi-raised mask exposes sweaty, pallid skin and barely trembling lips, like she's close to passing out. No. What do you mean by suspicious? There were two fairly short people. Their masks were cracked, I think, and they were awfully fast. They came through here, I didn't see them. Although now that you mention it, I did see two people who hung around here for a little bit. Didn't order anything, though. Just left after a few seconds. I'm guessing you didn't see where they were headed? My head is blasting. Thank you anyways. Speaking of blasting, I'm gonna drink my water. Yes, it's alright. We'll find them. We can't go on much longer, though. This music is getting intense. Where to next? Search the back of the dance floor. Very center of the crowd. The club entrance. Let's search the back of the dance floor. Again, we wrestle through tight formations of people and manage to squeeze our way to the back. We're greeted to another dark wall. See anybody you recognize? No, I don't think so. He's growing more tense by the minute. I don't blame him. This is awful. We trail along the edge of the wall, from one end of the club to the other, narrowly dodging couples, clothes, and the occasional passed-out drunk on the floor. It's growing unbearably hot in here. Every breath feels like inhaling tepid vapors. People on the side of the club are too distracted to offer any kind of coherent answer. I can't blame them either. Should we look somewhere else? There's nothing here. Stay calm. Where to next? Actually, I don't think. I doubt we'll find them at this point. It's been too long. How much did you have in your purse? My heart sinks right down to my stomach. Don't tell me those were your life savings. His breath hitches. I had no choice. I had to take it all with me. What? Shit. I stand in uncertain silence for a while, slowly weighed down by the realization of what just happened. Not your fault. Couldn't help it. Nothing I can do now. You know, we're gonna pick somewhere else. I feel like this can be saved. I feel like we can come back from this. I feel like this is comebackable. Search the very center of the crowd. By the time we make it to the very center of the crowd, I've lost Francesco again. This time, I'll allow it. I can always reunite with him at a later point. That's not so much the case with his purse. My eyesight is starting to blur a little at this point. There's a heady warmth swirling inside me, growing with every intake of smoke. Yeah, your whole life savings? Girl, don't do that. But I do see something. Way. Francesco is holding a coin pouch, standing in front of two very skittish people. In return, he holds out some cracked masks to them. I'm sorry, but I hope you understand why I'm asking you to return this. Wasn't very kind. Please, take your masks back too, okay? You're making a mess of the floor otherwise. He's lecturing them about theft? I've never met someone with so little common sense. Anyway, please don't do that again, okay? I can't believe it worked, but also how did he get his purse back? What did he do? The thieves don't say a single word. Their eyes meet, and after them another moment of uncomfortable silence. They leave after taking the masks from him. I finally join him. Ike. Salem, look, I got my money back. Oh, I'm just so happy I could dance. He stumbles, knees shaking. Well, you could dance, or you could take a break on one of the benches outside where we're not getting pumped full of pheromones. But we're only getting started. Wait, it works. Yeah, I'm really surprised it works. I'm really surprised he got his money back. I'm like, girl, what did he do? That makes me even more suspicious of him. There's something going on with him. Did he actually seduce? I don't think he seduced them. I think he menaced them in some way. Or he, like, threatened them or something. How did you manage to get a hold of that pouch anyway? Oh. I just asked them. Can't be serious. But I am. You know I wouldn't lie to you. What? What thief would just hand over their treasures? It makes no sense. He actually reminds me of an IRL person like this. Someone who, like, just gets their stuff stolen, or someone who just, like, asks thieves for their purse back. Who just asks for it back. Personally, I don't think it would work out very well. If it's like, yeah, you know, I just asked him. Easy peasy. And I'm like, I don't think it works like that. He's so suspicious. I can't help but be so suspicious of this guy. But honestly, that makes him a bit more intriguing. I want that energy. I don't think you so. Don't get robbed in the first place. I feel like is the better solution. Don't carry your life savings with you at any given point. Definitely a bad idea. Inside me, doubt continues to claw relentlessly. What is it that really happened here? I don't have the time to ponder the question all that much, because the haze swiftly returns to my mind. The blurry heat of hot smoke and heartbeat-like bass leaves my sanity hanging on by a thread. You're an obscura. I will never lie to you. It's so hard to breathe. I turn to face Francesco again. We're standing awfully close, him and I. Despite the brain fog and sense that we should leave, still dancing, moving in perfect sync. I'm struck by the intensity of it all. Our gazes never leave each other's. How the occasional brush of his hand fans over the ever-growing flames inside me. How easy it would be to claim his lips. Shit. Eventually we're pressed together. When he looks away, from shyness most likely, I narrow my eyes. Don't turn away from me. I feel his breath hitching. I won't. I'll... Hold on. In a brief moment of sobriety, I take a shallow breath and look back, letting the substances get to us. I don't care. You should. We're not in our right minds right now. We have to go. I feel a migraine blooming in my temples. Come on, Ike. I'm very normal. Don't be normal. Be unhinged. Be unhinged. Join me. Yeah, you're giving me mixed signals, Salem. No time for this. Do I need to drag you? After one last peek around the crowded, pheromone-soaked locale, we scurry towards the exit, after stepping over piles of clothes and dancers as we do. It seemed like the beginning of a night of debauchery just a few minutes ago is starting to morph into something more aggressive. Gasps ripple through the crowd when the first punch is thrown. The second one results in a third. By the time we've made it out of the main room, it's a cacophony of screams and bloodied knuckles. Doggies! Stop barking! Actually, you know what? Keep barking. Me too. That could have been us. Cold, cavern air has never felt so good before. I fill my lungs with it, taking in deep gulps of oxygen until I feel the fog slowly lifting from my mind. Every breath after that, my thoughts come easier. I'm overcome with relief, grounding myself 1 second at a time, and I see Francesco coming to his senses too. Looks like the smoke doesn't stay in the system all that long. The streets are still alive when we enter the club, as we quickly find ourselves on the road to a quieter location. Not the speedrun stages of grief! Listen. The only grief I'm speedrunning is accepting whether or not I'm a furry for liking the guy from ZZZ. Okay? You know what? If Nargi wants to bark, this is a bark welcome zone. If Nagi is a furry and wants to bark, this is a welcome, safe zone. The streets are still alive as we entered the club, as we quickly find ourselves on the road to a quieter location. Fran falls into his step beside me, hesitant. Fran, that's so cute. I love that. He's so... That's such a cute nickname. Listen. Salem. Hey. Feeling a little better? Yes, but I acted strangely while I was under the influence, didn't I? Does that mean you'll bark again? No. Well, that depends. We're not gonna go into when I'll be barking. At this point, I kinda am. Listen. I've seen some fan arts. His cheeks are deeply flushed. Well, that's hardly your fault. Those are some pretty hefty gases in the air. That's no excuse. I can only ask you for your forgiveness and hope that I can make it up to you someday. His shoulders slump, crestfallen. I think we've completed our mission, though. Experiencing things, right? That includes awkward mishaps. Oh. We share a smile. Yes, I suppose you're right. Our footsteps take us back to the bridge where he first gave me his confession. The lanterns still soak our surroundings in rich reds, reflecting against the inky darkness of the river surface. The only sound that cuts through the crowd's buzzing in the background is the water's slow trickling. Finally, we've got a place to breathe. I hope you still had fun, despite the interruption. Yes, I did. But did you? It was something, that's for sure. Oh, you better not be thinking of apologizing. The guilty tug of his lips tells me everything I need to know. Let's hang out a bit before we go. Something I wanted to ask you. We both slumped down on the damp wooden boards of the bridge. Now that we're here, my mind hones back to my actual goal, the lunar ichor. I want to press him some more on his family. Still so much I don't know about the person in front of me. But I can't do that right now. My mind churns with possibility. I'm relying on his apparent richness and influential family to be able to lead me to Ichor one way or the other. I'd be indebted to them for life. But I would live. Wait, did they get his coat back? He's gonna catch a cold, Ed. Yeah, you're right. His jacket. Sweetie, you're gonna catch a cold. The chance of him lying is real. So is the chance of his family not being able to afford it either. That the chance of someone spending that amount on somebody they barely know is slim at best. Am I doing the... I'm taking such an extreme risk. But if I search on the side and keep my eyes peeled, I decide that it's a risk that I'm willing to take. Salem? Huh? What did you want to ask me? No, it's nothing. I'm glad we met. Oh. Yes, me too. If he's confused about my sudden withdrawal, he doesn't show it. Instead, we bask in the cavern air and the glowing lantern lights. We don't speak during this time. We just let the minutes pass until my back starts feeling a little more sore and my stomach rumbles in protest. I'm going to start heading back. Yes, it's about time to rest. Will you be all right getting back on your own? You're the one asking me. Yes. Thank you. I'll be fine. Silence hangs in the air for a moment until he reaches for my hand again. Just like when we first met, he kisses the back of my hand. Then I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, maybe? You're on. When I start heading back, taking a long detour around the maze of stalls, I smile under my mask. I'm tired, but my new friend gives me energy. Enough energy to sweep through the newly arrived merchandise one last time for the day to see if anyone has any new information. It doesn't take long for a creeping discomfort to prickle the back of my neck. What? I speed up a little. The sensation never leaves. When I turn around, I understand why. I'm faced with two people in masks and outfits that I can't help but recognize. His bodyguards. Hello, Salem. I hope you don't mind us taking a bit of your time. After all, you've been spending a lot of time with the young master. The young master. Ah. Is there something I can help you with? Naturally. It's simple, really. We just need you to cease all contact with the young master. This is going to be rough. And why is that? He's an adult. He's free to make his own decisions. You're wrong. You live in two very different worlds, I believe. You may not understand the kinds of responsibilities he has on the surface. So please, do him and us a favor by leaving him alone, yes? I've done nothing wrong. You're getting in the way. Yes, in the way of his important duty. Consider this our first and final warning. I'm seething, and I don't find it in me to answer them. Instead, I nod and wait until they're on their way. Treating me like some kind of scum. It's all I can think of, all the way back to the Leaping Bear. Yeah, I really do think he's probably some kind of royalty. He's saying he's like he's like the heir to like businesses, I definitely think he's a little more higher up than that. This starts targeting me. That's why we're on here. How can I meet with Francesco with these pesky guards watching our every move? I'm so tired. Too tired to think about it right now. The warm atmosphere of the inn. Clean sheets welcome me after an eventful night. I tear my mask off and toss it aside without much regard, collapsing in bed shortly thereafter. Still so much I need to do, but I have to take it one step at a time. So, after closing my eyes, a dark, dreamless sleep takes me. The day after, I disregard the bodyguard's warnings and decide to make my way to our usual meeting spot at the bridge. It's a long shot, but Francesco would know where to find me here. And those guards cannot blame me for it now. I doubt they'd hurt their young master either. Sure enough, after what I estimate to be half an hour after sitting myself down, I notice him jogging over with the usual wide smile on his face. Salem! Hey, Ike. He scratches the back of his head, occasionally looking back nervously. I assume they confronted you. So he knows. They gave me a bit of an earful, yes? He's quiet for a second. Yes, I'm sorry I can't stay for very long. My heart sinks. That's fine. We'll figure it out. We will. I still want to continue our adventure, but we'll have to be careful from now on. I don't want them to... To what? I don't know. We'll do everything to make sure I get back to the surface soon. The lump in my throat only grows. What is it that's so important up there, Francesco? He hesitates again. I told you before, Salem. I can't tell you yet. Bear with me, please. I'm sorry. These constant apologies do nothing to calm my doubts, but all I can do is accept. Where are we headed to next? I'll let you know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm sure we'll have another great adventure before long. His head turns around again, body language oozing paranoia. I have to go. But let's meet here tonight, okay? I stand up and brush off my cloak. Yeah, let's. He's off before I give him a proper goodbye. In the wake of his departure, all I can do is stare at the lanterns swaying calmly above the water. We'll figure it out. I repeat that to myself over and over until I'm ready to lose myself in the marketplace again and prepare myself for another round of lunar ichor hunting. We'll figure it out. Neutral ending. There are uncertain days ahead. You know what? I was honestly waiting for like the other shoe to drop. I was waiting for something to happen. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, like it did with the priest. The priest, the other shoe dropped immediately. I was like, I wonder what's happening. I was waiting for something to happen with him, but he didn't break character. He's still sweet, but I guess his is more of a slow burn. His is more of a long con. We'll find out. But I got neutral ending. I wonder what his other endings would be though. That makes me very curious. I'm like, what would his other endings be? But I don't want to try and go for other endings to the same character until I've at least met everyone. I was hoping to meet one of the other two characters this time, but I just ended up not. That was my goal for today, but I saw Un's man, and I was like, you know what? I'll do this for you, Un. Alas, it is a weeknight though, so same. I want to break him. I want to see him break the soft side. I think you chose the right option, so you don't get the bad ends. Yeah, I just chose what I felt in my heart. I feel like if we didn't get his coin purse, we might have gotten a bad ending. I kind of want to go back and try it. Actually, I want to try and see if we let the timer run out. I want to see what happens if we let the timer run out and he loses his purse for good. Travel quickly, only stopping when we reach the exit and taken. I know. I said I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try for other endings while I'm actively doing that. Bouncer surveys us with wary eyes. You lot. We're sorry for the trouble. Have you seen two people in cracked masks run out of here? Sweats, anxiety over all his life savings gone? No, but I can sure arrange for that. Come here, punk. Excuse me? This better not be happening again. It's no use. Let's go back inside. Yeah, that's right. Run while you can. I bite back another insult before nudging Francesco back inside, and we sigh in near unison. This person is not having a good day. I don't think they ever do. We pause for a second. Where to next? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Authorities, if you want to call them that, are useless here. People are victims of petty thieves all the time. These thieves could have also just shed their masks and blended into the crowds, and we'd be no wiser. Tell me. I mean, considering Francesco lectured him about his job, doing his job earlier, I don't blame him for being mean to us. That is in fact his job. His lower lip trembles. I'm going back up. To my family, that is. Are you sure? He tenses up before unexpectedly raising his voice. What else can I do? I have nothing to pay for anything here. I'm a failure. There's no other way but up. We don't have to give up, Ike. We don't have to. But I will. Dejected, he takes a step back, then another. Brent, I'm sorry. Goodbye. He's gone before I can make another move. I'm alone once again. I want to believe the horrible feeling in my chest is a consequence of having lost a precious lead for Luna. But I know that it's because I've lost him now. You can stay with me? Yeah, he can. All I can do is search more for Iker and perhaps for a stuffed purse. Perhaps a chance to see Francesco again. Even if that chance is but a slim one. Bad end, you were too late? Yeah. I figured that would be an ending. Well, okay, I got a bad end where I just lose him, but that doesn't really change anything about his character. Let me go back to the... How many endings does he have? Because I know a lot of them have, like, several. Ending, yeah, conviction, give up. Yeah. Sirius has 5 routes, and I got one of them. Here, Francesco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Francesco also has 5 endings. Out of time, you're too late. Detached, there are uncertain days ahead. I'm so curious as to what the other ones are. And the other 2 guys, I haven't even met them yet. Some bad ends are bad. Well, I figured I got... So far, I'm like surprised the one getting whipped was a neutral end. I was like, what? That's the neutral? You know? I kind of want to know what the bad end was with him. I'm like, if getting whipped was the neutral end, I wonder what he does in the bad end. I'm like, okay, what's the bad? Oh, anyway, I'm just like, that's crazy. But I'm not gonna. That's the only alternate route I'm gonna go for, at least until I meet the other guys. They want. Don't spoil it. I'm gonna keep playing this, by the way. I'm probably gonna cut it soon. I just want to talk a little bit, but I'm hungry and I want to go eat something. I'm gonna eat something. But for now, I will... Yeah. I'm kind of sad I didn't get to meet the other guys, but it's fine. I do want to get back to the game. I don't think I'll stream tomorrow. I might on Saturday, depending on how up to it I'm feeling, because I have my other stream also on Saturday. But if I don't on Saturday, I want to continue this on Sunday because I want to keep playing this game. I want to meet the other guys. I'm like, man, I wish I met them, but I also don't want to go through a whole other route right now because, alas, it's close to my bedtime. Maybe the other is the one if we didn't meet Fran. Did I just roll up at the end of the stream? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you kind of did. I'm still kind of just hanging out, but I am hungry and I want to eat something. I hope I did. I did. By the way, I'm okay with Strex or Salem. I probably should have said that earlier. I'm a professional, guys. I know exactly what I'm doing. But, yeah. That was fun. I'm definitely gonna come back to this. You know? His route was like... I forgot that I'm only remembering, like, the beginning and the ending of the route, and I'm like, oh, he's just kind of like a sweet guy. He's just kind of naive. He's sweet. I felt bad for him. Then I remember the whole midsection where... wait. where we get whatever the... You know, I'm so good at this, yeah. Where, we get whatever's going on here. We get hopped up on... I forgot the zoomed out version. Where we get hopped up on, I can't freaking believe we had to witness in the club. Listen. The club was hopped up on aphrodisiacs. Going crazy. I forgot that happened. Part of me wishes he, like, gave in. I'm like... Part of me wishes MC, like, gave in. But I also know that the game... There's the rest of the game. So, this isn't the end. But part of me was like... his character design. His character design is really nice. Okay, he's very sweet. Like, there's something about the, like... sweet... innocent type just absolutely unraveling. I'm like... something about it is, like, very appealing. And I'm like, I kind of just wanted to see him completely unravel. Maybe in future episodes, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is there is still the rest of the game. And I am looking forward to the rest of the game. I've been following the dev because I've had this game for a long time. I think I got it in one of the bundles, one of the itch.io bundles. So I've had this game saved for a long time, and I like the art style. I followed the devs on Twitter for a while, and it's pretty nice. I like that. There's a lot of like I like playing a lot of these like indie dating sim. Well, I guess this is very loosely a dating sim, but I like playing a lot of these indie VNs, and it's pretty rough how often like they just get stuck in dev hell, like, and I don't blame them. Like 9 times out of 10, it's just like one or like just a handful of people doing this in their spare time. So I don't blame them for like taking long breaks and putting things on hiatus and whatnot, but it hurts because there's some games that I've really liked that I look at and it's like last update 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll die. But the devs for this game are actually very like up to date about it. They do pretty regular updates on what they're working on and how far they're going, which is really cool. And they showcase the game, which is pretty cool. So I'm feeling really good about it. Yeah. There's another game that I think is coming out soon. I want to say that I've been following that's coming out soon. Fields of Mystria. That's like a farming dating sim that looks really good. I've been following it. I think the early access comes out in a couple weeks. Is the early access version. That's another game. I might play it. I might stream it because it looks really fun. The characters all look really cute. I'm a big Stardew fan already, so it very much is meant to appeal to people like me. I think Fields of Mystria is fun and funky, and it looks pretty cool. And hopefully, once the early access comes out, I will definitely be in there, and I will probably stream it because it comes out in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm already excited the mystery part so bad. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a good spot for me. I'm hungry. I want to eat. I bought these tuna spring rolls and I want to eat them. I've been waiting. I was going to eat them probably tomorrow, but I'm hungry now. So I'm going to eat them now. But yeah. Okay. Thank you guys to everyone who tuned in. Um don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What's the aftercare part? Oh, we did that earlier. Aftercare. I want to talk one-on-one with one of the main characters. I want to be guided through aftercare on my own. I'm kind of curious. Yeah. It's just like, you know, the after the safe space thing where you talk to Vesper. Yeah. I'm looking at I'm at my desk right now. I feel bad because, but I just want to skip through this. I think it's really neat that they include this feature. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat that they include this feature. It's pretty funky, especially since it does seem like the game gets pretty intense. Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I will probably be back, Suisei and Majima, yeah, because I have my Suisei wall scroll and I have my little framed Majima on my desk. I have my little frame Majima. He's always here for me. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, I have a little frame photo card of Majima. He lives on my desk and I love him dearly. But yeah. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I will probably be back sometime this weekend and hopefully, maybe if I go on Sunday, I can do 2 routes to the game because then I have basically all day. Or if I go on Saturday, I can go late because it's not a school night for me. Well, a school night. It's not a work day. I don't have a bedtime. So, yeah. Well, I guess I'll figure it out whether I stream on Saturday or Sunday. Because, yeah. But yeah. Good night. Thank you to everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I'm a YouTuber now. Yeah. I want to try streaming more regularly, so we'll see what happens. Bye-bye!